Wow, it is a new year, and we thank God the Almighty who has made it possible for us to cross into 2021. Happy New Year. I am Uncle Bob, your marriage counselor. Thank you once again for keeping with us on the channel. As you are very much aware that the COVID lockdown has brought stress on different aspects of life, marriages have not been spared, especially in the area of parenting. It's almost a year since most school-going children have been home, and the media has been awash of stories of children who have fallen victim to early pregnancies, alcoholism, domestic violence, drug abuse, all in the name of staying home. What does that mean? It means we have got a gap in parenting. So for the parenting gaps to be closed, we need to come to a place where parents' responsibilities are defined. Today I'm going to be discussing with you responsibilities of a parent. Number one, a parent ought to be present. Every parent must be available for their child. You must be present actively in the life of the child so that the child can look up to you. You act as a role model and they follow. If you're not present, then it even becomes hard to effectively play your other roles of parenthood. Number two, provide. As a parent, you ought to provide to your child. What is that you're providing? Number one, you provide a vision. The Bible tells us that a people without a vision perish. You do not want your child to perish because they have no vision. So provide a vision. What else do you provide? You provide the necessities, the basics. You have to provide food, shelter, clothing. School fees is soon coming back. You ought to provide. If you do not provide, whom do you think will provide? Number three, protect. As a parent, you ought to protect your child from social, mental, physical, moral, environmental, technological, and media harms. If you're not there, who will protect your child? You ought to be there so that you don't live to regret. Number four is prophecy. The number one prophet to a child is a parent who is there to tell them who they are and what they ought to be, to guide their discipline and behavior, to show them the right path, to encourage them, to comfort them, and to give them hope. If you're not there, who is going to give hope to your child? Who is going to do all these things to the child? Because the child needs someone to prophesy into their life. Every child needs that. As a parent, you ought to be there to do that. Number five, you ought to be a pastor to your children. Every child grows up with questions like, where did I come from? Who am I? And what will I be? And these questions ought to be given answers. It takes a pastor in a parent to answer these faith-based questions so that we can provide a meaning to life through teaching them faith, values, and religion. So be there to provide such answers as a pastor to your children so that they do not look elsewhere for these answers. So if we can understand our responsibilities that I've just discussed with you, put them into action, you will find that the gaps in parenting will be closed, and then we can talk about the right generation we are raising for the future. Thank you for keeping on the channel. Catch you next time.